now she wants to run up the stairs. Double check, look around. Do we still need the shortcut key? Yeah. I'm guessing they put this there so if someone could somehow, like, glitch their way through the first fence, they would have to find a way to glitch their way through both fences. Okay, and this should be right back next to the parking lot. Yep. Okay. There's a little path over here, though. Did we look at this?
I'm gonna go check something out.
Yeah, we already
Be
looked
right
at.
back.
Got it.
We already looked at this. So. Okie dokie. Back to town
Here
we
we
go.
are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Bright Falls. And I think that was just that's just the prologue,
I can't get
right?
that manuscript page out of my head.
What happened to the audio? Hello?
I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
The audio just cut out for no
Very
reason.
impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were...
Oh, now it's just
fast.
completely off.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this.
Okay. I don't know what happened there. This game is having some
Need to swing by
struggles.
the lodge to get anything from the field office?
I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
The audio's breaking up, the map's being weird. Fortunately, like, it doesn't seem like the game itself is having too many issues yet, but it's like things adjacent to the game, like the audio and the visuals are having issues.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Interesting. This recreation of Bright Falls here. Are you taking pictures? Can we talk to you?
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to the Pat Maine Radio Hour, brought to you by Davis Family Moose Jerky.
Okay, so it sounds like you don't have to stand next to the radios. You can listen to them later. Okay, I'm gonna do some... He was talking about the FBI people. We'll listen to that in just a second. Okay, we got a lock here.
I need something to cut this.
Cut this. Okay, so we need, like, bolt cutters for that. Got it. Just want to make sure we look around. Do we have a map for this area? No. Not yet, at least. We should be able to... Oh, can't go through there. That's locked. Interesting. The radio there. Okay, how do we listen to... Guessing we go Mind Palace. How do we listen to... Ah, here we go. Radio.
That concludes our debate on whether pets should be allowed at this year's bake sale.
Okay.
For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to the Pat Maine Radio Hour, brought to you by Davis Family Moose Jerky. And boy, what an eventful day here in Bright Falls. By now, we've all seen the FBI setting up shop in town, and I'm sure you're all asking the same question I am. Did they bring all this darn rain with them? Deerfest is right around the corner, and we're all crossing our fingers for sunshine. So, I reached out to our top meteorologist for a weather update. She never responded, but I have her Uncle Tapio on the line from Watery. Tapio, are you there?
This doesn't sound like the same guy from the first game.
Great. And Tapio, what kind of weather can we expect today?
Rain.
That definitely seems to be on the menu. How about over the next week?
Also rain.
Right. Care to elaborate? Any chance the sun will poke out in time for Deerfest?
No.
Well, Deerfest is coming, rain or shine. And that parade lineup is looking dandy as ever.
Yes, I like this parade because they're one float in the shape of a swan. Long neck and everything. A very large swan.
Ah, so you're a fan of swans.
No,
Okay. Alright. Sounds like Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but it doesn't sound like the guy from the first
Hello.
one. Which is, interesting. Wonder if they couldn't get it, or maybe that actor passed or something.
So sleepy. Just a few more days.
Just gonna walk in here behind you. How you doing, friend? Don't mind if I investigate all your things, right?
Just a few more days.
Oh, this is probably where we're set up at. Yeah. Yeah, I know who Christopher Lloyd is. Yeah. We actually played Toonstruck, which is an FMV game which he starred in back in the 90s, I believe. Yeah. Hi. Death Rally.
Hi there!
Hi there. Why do you sound like that? You're way too happy. Aha. Cauldron Lake. Look into the news and rumors. Focus on 2010. Cross-reference with old case files of NYC cult. Similarities, commonalities, and methodology. Part of series. Find out the name of good coffee from diner. Okay, so this is our partners. He drinks a lot of coffee. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 20 coffees in here, dude. This guy like exists as he's like 90% coffee at this point. Is there even there's even a coffee mug in the bathroom, dude. Do not disturb. Okay, cool. Do not disturb. I'm guessing anyone that says do not disturb we can't actually open, so that's a nice way of doing that subtly. Can't go in there. Okay. Do not disturb, and then one more.
It won't open.
Okay. So why would you not put... That's confusing. I guess maybe they'll open at some point. So the ones that are not flagged will open at some point, but the ones that are probably will never open. Got it. Needs to try decaf. Needs to try water. Probably so dehydrated.
It's not opening.
Dehydrated at this point by being pure coffee. Oh, there's a map over here. Can we take this map? We can. Okay. Alright, so this is the map. Okay, so we're checking slowly. We have to make it to the diner. What is that symbol? There's like a red stop sign with another red dot on it. Interesting. Yeah, so I want to check all the things. So we're going to take our time and look around. Okay. Hi, how you doing? You make 3D? Yes. Yes. I mean, not on the channel, but yes, I am a 3D artist.
Good day.
Oh, there's like a whole room back here. Okay, let's look around. Oh, wrong button. E
I can't get through this.
picks up and pushes your flashlight away, so I keep using E to interact, and then it ends up putting it away when I mean to push F. Probably should be swapped, but, you know. Yeah, it's really fun. I actually have a degree in it, and I taught it at a local college for 3 years. But fortunately, I just don't work in the
Rest easy,
industry
buddy.
anymore. So, but it's one of those things that, like, if you're interested in it, it's very easy to get started. I think a lot of people don't understand how easy it is. Like, because I've heard people answer and ask the question of, like, oh, do you need a college degree to do it and stuff like that, and the answer is absolutely not. Do I post it anywhere? I don't really make stuff anymore. I probably will hopefully at some point get back to it, but no, I don't have any posts really. Historic Elderwood Palace Lodge of Bright Falls. Early settlements integrated Bright Falls area built in 1898. The building has both private and public use through the years and bravely stood the test of time. In 2015, it was carefully taken apart and relocated here in downtown Bright Falls, where it was rebuilt in its original glory log by log. Elderwood Palace Lodge, opened in Bright Falls in 2016, has served customers faithfully ever since. Okay, so that's what I was curious. I was like, this looks a lot like the lodge that... It's not exact because that one had multiple floors, but it looks very similar like to the lodge in the first game that you get sent in. Just getting back into drawing again. Yeah, that's very cool. Drawing is is quite a task. Because there's a lot of methods that work for drawing that don't work for 3D and vice versa. So there's some people that come in from a 3D background trying to draw, and they kind of get lost because in 2D you have to, like, make the illusion that there's depth, whereas in 3D you can't. There's no illusion, basically. You have to make it. So I've seen artists struggle one way or the other, but again, with practice and stuff, you can really you can get pretty much anywhere you want to get. You just got to make sure that you're practicing well, because a lot of people make the mistake of thinking just like, oh, well, if I practice anything, I'm just going to get better at it. And it's like, you have to make sure you're practicing the things that you need to practice. Okay, this is closed.
I need bolt cutters.
Yes, I got it. I need bolt cutters.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Okay, so that's where it wants us to go. Let's go this way.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Any interesting guests lately? Any good finds?
Zilch, but someone left a gross surprise under their bed for housekeeping?
Nope.
Nuts.
So...
Okay, can we go this way? This is the back at the sheriff's area.
Where the couple on their honeymoon?
Mayor Setter won't roll over on the issues.
Mayor Setter won't roll over on the issues.
Okay. Interesting. But yeah, there's the one thing that I always tell people when they're trying to get in art is, like, the first thing you gotta do is to do it, right? And once you've made a piece, whether that's a drawing piece or a movie or a 3D piece or whatever, you have to look at, like, okay, what parts did you struggle on, right? Because that'll tell you where you need to spend your time learning.
I have to head back. Got things to do.
Ah. That's okay. So we made a weird, like, step there, because a lot of people think, like, well, if I just do this method 1,000 times, I'll be good. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you can do that, but if you spend your time actually, like, thinking about what you're not good at, and spending time learning that stuff and training that stuff, that's how you get to the oh, is that what that thing is? Oh my god, this map, dude. I don't know why this map does this. I just realized what the thing in the corner was. It's a pin stuck in the map. but if you spend your time wisely, it's much easier to advance in your skills than it is if you just do the same thing over and over and over again until it becomes muscle memory. Because sometimes you train your muscles to do bad things. That is one thing that when I was going through school that our teacher talked about is, you know, it's like, oh, you may know how to do this 3D thing, but one, your knowledge is Swiss cheese. You know, you got to fill in those gaps. And two, you might have learned to do something incorrectly. And if you've done that 1,000 times, you've been doing it incorrectly 1,000 times, right? So you got to make sure that, you know, you're learning the proper methods while also, you know, spending your time wisely. Can we go in here? No, can't go into the sheriff's office yet. I'm guessing is where we'll go after coffee, and I'm guessing she's gonna be like, I can't go that way.
Hey.
Oh, yep, there it is.
I need to go back. Got a case to solve.
Sounds like you have multiple cases to solve. But yeah, I am, even having a degree in teaching at a college, I am 100% behind the idea that you do not need that stuff. The thing that getting a degree helps you with is one, it allows you to learn from people that have worked in the field. Potentially, you have to be careful. There's some schools that will just hire anybody that has an art degree as a teacher, and that doesn't necessarily help you out in the long run. But yeah, this is a pin. That's what I thought. That's what that is, because it's down here too. It's like a thumbtack. But the other thing it helps you do is socialize with other people like you, so you can build connections with people who maybe they get a job at a place and be like, "Ooh, I actually know a really good X, you know, artist or whatever. They do really good animations, or they do really good texturing, or they do really good lighting, or whatever, right?" And they can help you like get in with places, as well as just building a community of people that you know that do what you do, so that you can have people to
Working outside. I don't envy the guy stuck on desk duty.
they can help you, you know, bounce off ideas. So when you have a piece finished, you can ask them, be like, hey, what do you think of this? And they'd be like, oh, this is great, but here's some things you might need to work on. Right? They can give you more helpful critique than people that may not have the experience or may not know how to tell you things you can work on in a helpful way. So, but man, I really wish I could figure out why this map does this. Because it is very irritating. Because like I can't use this map. I basically just, at this point, I just have to use my eyes. I just have to look around. Oh, there's a symbol there. Wait, is that on the back of the diner? Hold on. See, this is why I'm having my map would be useful. There we go. No, it is on the back of this building here. Interesting. So does that mean there's like a cache there? We can't get in there because of the...
open this with my bare hands.
But there's definitely something back there. Interesting. Okay. But also there's a thing that I think a lot of people, when they're getting into stuff that they run into, is where they get into a bad cycle of just watching nothing but tutorials and not actually doing any work on stuff. Like, tutorials are great and they can help you figure out stuff you don't know, but if you're spending all your time on tutorials, you're not really helping yourself out. You've got to do the things you've learned.
Heard any good news? Now why'd you go and do that? Stomping around like that and scaring the poor little things.
Okay. Sorry.
For the birds, I might just go a little nutty.
Sounds like you already went a little nutty.
If you will.
But
Passage of time is deceiving.
but yeah, that's a mistake a lot of people that get into basically any learning. It's not just art learning, like it's coding, it's game design, whatever it might be. A lot of people fall into the trap of like, well, if I just watch this tutorial and then this tutorial and this tutorial,
Another Alex Casey lunchbox?
I'll know what to do. And again, tutorials are helpful, but you won't believe how hard it is to track down these lunchboxes. Thank goodness for the internet. We got 5 fragments off that. That's crazy. But at a certain point, you know, you have to put pencil to paper or pen to paper or fingers to keys, whatever you might be using. Because until you apply the knowledge you've learned, the knowledge does not help you. Alright, tell me you gotta go back and solve the case. Yep, there it is.
I need to head back.
So... And also, it's really good to find communities of people that can, setter is better.
Setter is better.
Interesting. That can help you, you know, like, analyze your work and stuff like that in a hopeful way. Because anybody can give you critique. But sometimes it's helpful for people that actually understand like what's going on to give you helpful critique.
To toot my own horn, but I am pretty darn sure my, our float will be the belle of the ball at this year's Deerfest. Just a few more days.
I need something to cut this.
So, but that's just my advice on the matter. Obviously, you know, people's lives, they can make the decisions for themselves. So this broken down building is going to be interesting, I think.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
Nope, we just explore the town, which is what we told you we were going to do. Sheriff Breaker.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Still, there was a
Your
witness?
deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims?
The Oh Dear Diner.
Sure.
Oh, what does that say? Jukebox is out of order. Poor thing can only take so much of the same song being played over and over again. As big a fan of it I am of Coconut, the next person, but come on. Wait, is Coconut number 6? Hold on, can we see it? No, but there's a whole bunch of old gods of Asgard in there.
Come on, Ed. Have some pie. Don't take your mind off things.
Okay, that's the Bookers. Before we talk to them, let's do a little look around. I'm not sure if we're supposed to interact with these deer heads, but we are.
I feel bad for these guys.
What does it say? Teamwork makes the dream work. That's a creepy stuffed coffee mug.
I need a tool to get this open.
Got a locked door. Got a bathroom. Out of order. Why? Looks fine to me. Wash your hands.
It doesn't budge.
Employees only. Interesting. Okay. Alright, I guess we don't need that anymore. I'll take another once over. Make sure there's nobody else or anything else to see. Nope, doesn't look like it. Let's talk to...
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay?
Why were you at Cauldron Lake?
What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here
Mmm.
from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
Yep. Can you tell me what you saw?
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
Why do you think it was a cult?
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying.
He said we found a what? Hold on. He said he found something.
The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder.
That's the thing that they
telling the
had.
truth. The cult of the tree. What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree bag, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists.
Okay. I think you found something.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing, Tammy.
Interesting. Okay.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Rose.
Like we'd even dream of missing Deerfest.
Oh, God.
Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
Well, if that's the same waitress from the first game, she was touched by the darkness, so in theory she would be able to see or know things that other people wouldn't. Why not tell the police what you saw?
A cult murdering a man is pretty extreme. Why didn't you tell the police what you saw?
We did. We told those 2 idiot deputies. They didn't listen. And they wanted to throw Ed and I in jail for that murder. You know, Bright Falls is just Alabama with bigger trees.
This is my case now, and no one is throwing you in jail. If you need anything else, just come to me.
Got it. Thank you, Saga.